What's up YouTube? It's the Big Kahuna back again with another video. And sorry, I haven't been making videos lately because I've been swamped with work. Work, and more work. Now, since I'm trying to make this video today, let's get into it. So, once again, this is going to be one of those videos about, the stuff that fanboys do. And I've said it before, it goes on both sides, but this is something that I just think is so hilarious that people just think that this subject really means who has the best console. So let's get into it. So on Facebook, and I've been in party chats where I hear people talking about it, they talk about numbers. Yes, the dreaded numbers. And this time it's not 1080p or 60 frames per second, it's sales. Now, once again, I'd love for someone to explain to me why in the hell does numbers make a console great? Because like I said, last generation, even though there was still little fanboy wars going on back and forth, neither side, whether it been Microsoft or Sony, was saying that Nintendo was the best console out. And they clearly had the numbers. Not by a little bit, but by a lot. And till this day, the Wii still outsold both consoles. But nobody on the Microsoft side or Nintendo side has yet to say, not Nintendo side, I'm sorry. Sony side has yet to declare Nintendo as the winner of last generation. There's still people on Microsoft and Sony side who's still going, Sony won. No, Microsoft won. Nobody's saying Nintendo won when they clearly had the numbers. But yet this generation, this is how people are deciding who's got the better console because of numbers. I'd like to ask, especially since there's a couple of, how can I say, I would love to call these people all kinds of names, but to be honest, when you call somebody stupid, dumb, or any other names that you have for people who are not bright or intelligent, it has nothing to do with their intelligence. It has something to do with their bias. Because they choose one console over the other, they'll try to use anything they can to say, my console is better than yours. For instance, a lot of people probably won't remember this, but in the beginning, I remember, especially on Facebook, that both sides were arguing over which one had the better looking display case. Yes, you heard it. Display case. And most of the people who are on the Sony side, who were the fanboys on the Sony side, was like, talking about Microsoft's display case, especially when you open the inside, because it wasn't a traditional, case. Like, say something like this. You open it up, and you have your CD case side right here, and then you have your books or whatever over here, which they did away with a long time ago. Well, Microsoft decided to put the CD case on the opposite side. So there was all kinds of fools, and I shouldn't call people fools, biased or fanboys in the comment sections going hashtag Sony won because Microsoft decided to put the CD tray on the other side. This is the type of stuff I'm talking about. Little teeny things that anybody can grasp at to try to say my console is better than yours because of this. Because of a CD case, because of what it looks like, the color of the case, the way the case looks, it's ridiculous. And this numbers thing, is just as ridiculous. Because like I said, no one's yet to say that the Nintendo Wii was the best console of last generation. They're still fighting over Microsoft or Sony. And just so you know, I did have a Wii, but it technically wasn't mine. It was for my kids, and the family played it for about maybe a month, and then after that, it sat and sat and sat, and then I just sold it. Of course, I asked my boys before I sold it, do you guys really want this? And they said no. But yet, it outsold the X1 and the PlayStation. But was it the better console? Sony guys don't think so. Microsoft guys don't think so. But you come to this generation and all you hear is, first it was 20 some million, now it's 30 million. And this is what they harp on. But anyway, as I always say, fanboys don't love their favorite system. They hate yours. And then sometimes they just love numbers. Peace. What's up, man? So I hear you've been down here all day with the PlayStation, getting it in. So yes, sir. What you playing? Did you come from work? Yeah, I just came from work. And yeah, it's 30 million. 30 million? What's that? It's the new game from Sony. Let me check this out. Yo, what the hell is that? My bad, but what the hell is that?
Hey, Horsehead, get the hell out of here. You're an abomination. You're an abomination of nature. Get out of here. You're not welcome here. Get out of the show.
For real. God, for real. This is what you talking about. This is what you guys have been bragging about. Now, I know I'm not talking about the Sony fans, but the Sony fanboys like yourself, this is what you've been talking about. Bragging about numbers. So this is what defines that your console has to be the best. Because you have more numbers. Yeah. So I guess 20 million was the first part of this game. So now you're playing the numbers game. That's enough. Just be quiet. Zip it. So the point of this video is that people actually talk about numbers. Look, if the X1 sold 2 billion consoles by the end of this generation and Sony only ends up with 50 million or 100 million or whatever, would that make the X1 better in a Sony, not a Sony person, not a regular Sony person, but a Sony fanboy's mind? Would they change their mind and all of a sudden go, oh my gosh, the X1 is the best. It sold more consoles. Would they do that? No. Same thing goes for games. You guys like to brag about games. You like to brag about numbers. But just remember one thing. If you have the bigger install base and the other customer has a smaller install base, if your copy of a game on your system sells 1 million on your console versus 1 million on another one's console that has to have the smaller install base, it looks better on the smaller install base because there's less people, which means there's less people buying more games versus the bigger install base, and people want to brag about numbers. So the point of this video is people should stop bragging about numbers and do what he's doing. Play games. Now, as I always say, fanboys don't love their favorite system. They just hate yours.
PlayStation rocks.